Softball, baby.
Not naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big, natural welterweight.
Gervonta Tank Davis made a surprise appearance at Manny Pacquiao's training camp just days before the Filipino legend's highly anticipated fight against Mario Barrios. The two former champions, who once shared the spotlight in the same weight class, greeted each other with mutual respect. But Davis didn't come empty-handed. According to sources within the camp, Tank offered Pacquiao detailed insights into Barrios' fighting style, pointing out weaknesses and tendencies based on his own experience knocking out Barrios in 2021. Insiders say Davis was candid and strategic, telling Manny exactly where to strike and when to press, an unexpected show of solidarity between two generations of boxing greatness.
I was talking to somebody about Manny coming back fighting Mario Barrios.
Ouch.
And this was the analogy I gave. Your timing is just, it slows down. That's time. Time slows you down. And so, to me, I think Manny has to come out very strong, very fast in the first couple of rounds because his gas tank ain't what it used to be. At 46 years old, you come out and let's just say hypothetically your gas is half full at 46 years old. I'd rather try to use that half tank
when I got something
in 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And really get off on this kid because he has the kind of style. Styles make fights. He's got the perfect style for Manny to do what he do. But the further that fight goes, the more that's gonna go down. He ain't young no more when it does this. It ain't gonna do this no more. It ain't gonna go down and then come back up. He not gonna create space, take a deep breath, and that thing shoot up the way it used to. He ain't gonna do that, you know what I mean?
Now 46, Pacquiao has reunited with longtime trainer Freddie Roach and the coaching team that guided him to 8 division glory. The atmosphere in camp reflects a sense of focused nostalgia, as Pacquiao balances intensity with wisdom, knowing the weight of this moment after a 4-year hiatus.
4 years.
Pacquiao in the winner.
Well, look, Freddie, I appreciate your time.
Then his wife will get mad at me for saying that.
You're trying to drag him back out.
No, I talked to Manny on the phone, and he wants to fight one more time.
He wants to fight one more time.
He does.
Against not an exhibition, a professional fight.
He wants a real fight.
Who right now, though, could he fight?
We have. I haven't let him choose anyone yet. But the thing is, it's just his heart has. He said he wants one more fight, and then his wife called me up and said, "Don't let him fight, don't let him fight." And I try to be on her side and so forth. But like when a man in the sport wants to fight, you know, sometimes he's gonna fight. I agree with you. He's gonna fight, and you know who? It doesn't matter.
In a recent interview, Mario Barrios opened up about facing Pacquiao, drawing comparisons to his previous opponent, Gervonta Davis. They're both small, both have great footwork and hand speed, Barrios noted. While he typically enjoys a height advantage in the ring, he acknowledged Pacquiao's legendary ability to neutralize size with explosive movement and relentless pressure.
Fighters.
Yeah, you know, very unserious, but yeah, man. I mean, I know he's gonna bring it whenever we step in there. And but yeah, right now all the media, everything, you know, it's fun. You know, it's all smiles. But both of us, man.
When you first got to the pay-per-view level, there was like an adjustment period. You had to get used to it. And was there any nerves up there? Because this is even another level than the Tank fight and the Thurman fight.
Nah, no nerves. Like how you said, I think those fights, you know, have only, you know, prepared me, you know, for this level. And now, you know, doing like all this media stuff. Like, I mean, I've always hated this, right? I still do, but I've definitely, you know, gotten a lot more comfortable with it, or just used to it.
All right, guys. Last question, guys.
The Tank fight.
that you learned with the slick, fast southpaw with lightning fast hands? What do you think you can take from your experience with Tank and apply it to Manny?
I think I can take a lot from that fight, actually, man. You know, like the way Tank, you know, you use the way he closes his distance. You know, the way, you know, like he worked off his speed. You know,
When asked about the upbeat vibe during their face-off, Barrios said Pacquiao exudes warmth outside the ring but transforms once the bell rings. He's very lighthearted, but when we step in there, I know he's going to bring it. Reflecting on his fight with Tank Davis, Barrios explained that Tank's ability to close the gap and explode with speed taught him valuable lessons, ones he now plans to apply in his battle with Pacquiao.
Yeah. You're a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I knew there was gonna be a height difference regardless. I've been dealing with that my whole career. I mean, I started pro at 122, so I mean, I've always had, you know, like the height advantage of most of the guys I have fought. But I mean, you know, it's still dangerous. You know, he has fought, you know, plenty of people with my height before, and he's been very successful. So I mean, I know, like, it's just, yeah, I just gotta go in there and do what I'm training for.
Mario, you know, I can't recall who said it, but they said once Pacquiao gets you smiling, it's like he's got you or something. And you guys were sharing a lot of smiles. What do you think about that, man?
I don't know, man. I feel like I knew the face-off just, you know, being in front of it. I've been seeing a face-off people since I was a kid. You know, he's a very unserious person, but he's very serious when he steps in the ring.
Barrios made it clear he's ready for an all-out war. It's kill or be killed, he said, referencing Pacquiao's punishing loss to Yadenis Ugas. He believes that all of his previous bouts have prepared him for this defining moment. Meanwhile, Pacquiao has expressed interest in a potential showdown with Gervonta Davis should he emerge victorious over Barrios. In a November 2023 interview, he said, "Davis is a good fighter. If he comes up to 147, then we can fight." His advisor, Sean Gibbons, later echoed that sentiment, calling a Pacquiao vs. Davis clash a dream fight. Pacquiao has even hinted that Davis could challenge for the WBC title at 147 pounds, reaffirming that he's not afraid of any opponent, even the young knockout artists of today.
Tank.
They keep mentioning Gervonta Davis. They keep talking about Gervonta Davis as a possible fight, Manny. You like that fight? Because he's little, like, he's your size.
I like that. I like that. I mean, I like that, but you know, it's finished first, this one, because this one is a taller champion like that. So I have a lot of things to do in training camp.
Joe Rogan has also weighed in on Davis's growing legacy, praising the fighter's unique and efficient style. On a recent episode of his podcast, Rogan described Tank as one of the most interesting fighters to watch, emphasizing how different and economical his approach is. His movements are so minimal, but everything he does has purpose, Rogan said. His admiration highlights why Davis remains a dangerous and elite contender. With his sleek southpaw stance and unpredictable rhythm, Davis keeps opponents on edge and makes every move count.
To beat.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. And he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power.
So, you know, he just, in his mind, he know it's a matter of time before I catch.
Boxing analysts have often compared Gervonta Davis and Mario Barrios, highlighting the clash between Davis's compact explosiveness and Barrios's rangy, adaptable style. In their 2021 bout, the 5 feet 5 inches southpaw Davis brought his trademark precision and power, landing 45% of his power punches and scoring 3 knockdowns en route to an electrifying 11th round TKO. Despite standing nearly 6 inches taller, Barrios managed to out-jab Davis in 6 of the first 10 rounds, but his jab lacked the sting to halt Tank's relentless pressure. Analysts praised Davis's strategy. He baited Barrios into advancing, then punished him with slick counters, crushing hooks and uppercuts to both the head and body. Still, Barrios earned respect for his resilience, maintaining a strong defensive guard and repeatedly rising after knockdowns, proving he was battle-tested.
And what time is it, y'all? Time to start a debate inside a barbershop. We're gonna pit Mario Barrios against Tank Gervonta Davis. Yes, sir. Starting with the champion, the pride and joy of San Antonio, Texas, Mario Barrios. He stands at 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. He's currently undefeated at 26-0 with 17 knockouts. He is the man that holds the WBA regular junior welterweight championship belt. The challenger, representing Baltimore, Maryland, Tank Gervonta Davis. He stands at 5'5.5" with a 67.5-inch reach. His record, 24-0 with 23 knockouts. Wait a minute, don't be so quick to throw this guy under the bus. Yes, we know Tank Gervonta Davis is a knockout machine, but he's only ever knocked out people he can weight bully. What happens when he has to go up 2 weight classes, gives up 5 inches in height and almost 4 inches in reach to a man who can establish his jab well, knows his distance, and puts in good body work? Oh, did I mention he's also coached by Virgil Hunter? That's Andre Ward's coach, so you know he's going to come in there with a game plan. I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to pick him to win by 12-round unanimous decision. What do you think?
Former WBO super welterweight champion Tim Sayo gave a blunt assessment of Manny Pacquiao's July 19th comeback fight against Mario Barrios. Following the media tour, Sayo admitted he doesn't see Pacquiao winning, citing age as a critical factor. Barrios is a beast. He's 30 and in his prime, it's a tough challenge for Manny, he said. However, Sayo also acknowledged Pacquiao's unpredictability. It wouldn't surprise me either, he's Manny Pacquiao, and he's full of surprises. His comments reflect the overarching narrative, a legendary underdog stepping back into the ring against a hungry, prime contender.
Champion. I think Barrios wins. I think young, and it's hard with age. But I think if anyone was going to do it, Manny Pacquiao's in there.
Pacquiao, however, rejected the notion that he's the underdog. He insists his fight with Barrios is nothing like his 2021 loss to Yadenis Ugas. This time, he says, he's fully rested, focused, and mentally sharp. He acknowledged that in the Ugas bout, he struggled with leg cramps, distance management, and distractions outside the ring. Now, with a clear mind and renewed motivation, Pacquiao claims his speed and footwork have returned, refined after a 4-year break. He also revealed plans for 2 or 3 more fights, driven by his determination to reclaim a world title.
Tell us about your preparation for Mario Barrios. How is it different to 4 years ago when you faced Ugas?
The different, I'm more focused right now. No distraction, I really focus on the whole training camp and focus on stamina, focus on techniques. He is a champion. He is a fighter that, we cannot underestimate him. He's taller than me. He has the advantage, but we prepare for that. Just watch on July 19th. It's going to be a good fight.
Speculation surrounding Manny Pacquiao's career has long included accusations from Floyd Mayweather's camp, especially leading up to their 2015 megafight. Mayweather's team pushed for Olympic-style USADA blood testing, raising suspicions about Pacquiao's ability to maintain power across multiple weight classes. Pacquiao responded by filing a defamation lawsuit and publicly stating he would take any test and even offered to pay a $5 million penalty if he failed. Nevada State Athletic Commission Director Keith Kaiser later confirmed Pacquiao passed all pre- and post-fight drug tests. The lawsuit was ultimately settled, with Mayweather's camp retracting their PED claims, stating they had no intention of suggesting Pacquiao used performance enhancers.
Manny's a generational, talented fighter, but I don't feel like, he did it on his own.
I don't think Pacquiao took steroids. Really, the Mayweathers questioned it and drilled them on it, and that made people pick a side. I can't say that means Pacquiao was on something. And the reason why is because Pacquiao may have been the most tested fighter of all time. He never failed a test. Floyd did. So you're talking about a situation where now you're just saying he's so good that he must be on something. But number 2, Crawford said Pacquiao was knocking everybody out until he took the test. That was a damn lie. Pacquiao power went down after he went up. Pacquiao didn't knock out anybody at welterweight. That had nothing to do with the test. He went up and he ain't knocked anyone out at welterweight. He knocked out Ricky Hatton. That was at 140. Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton. So that doesn't say that Pacquiao had steroid power. He wasn't knocking out anybody. Yeah, he was beating them up.
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas has voiced both admiration and concern over Pacquiao's return. While he acknowledged that icons like Pacquiao often get to skip the line, Atlas cautioned against ignoring the physical realities of aging. The problem is where he is in life physically. God forbid something happens to Manny Pacquiao at this point, Atlas warned. While he deeply respects Pacquiao's legacy, Atlas stressed the need to balance reverence for greatness with an honest assessment of risk, especially when fighters come back after long layoffs.
So you want to go and use that.
How old was Leonard at that time?
Leonard was only 32 years old when he fought Hagler. Yeah, he'd been inactive, but he was only 32. Pacquiao's 46, so right there you could, it ain't a good comparison. It sounds good. It sounds good, yeah, because Leonard did come back. Leonard did win a very close fight, a controversial fight, but a great fight. And Leonard was great. There's no doubt about it. And he cut the line. He earned it. Leonard, you could say, and you could say Pacquiao earned the right with all his greatness to cut a lot of lines. Yeah, you know, I see it all the time. The other day I was at a benefit. The foundation was given something by St. Philip's Church, 155-year-old church, great church, do great work in the community. I sure as hell didn't know I was going to be talking about this, and they gave us an award for helping them in the community. What the foundation does, we don't need an award. We're privileged that we can help, but people feel they inclined to do that. Fine, it's very nice. And your mom asked for a drink. So I went up to the bar to get a drink. I didn't realize that there was a long line. And so I went right to the front, not understanding that I passed the line. And then a friend of mine said, you cut the line. And the whole line said, Teddy, that's okay. I said, no, I didn't realize I cut the line. I'll go back. So I went back, I waited in line. But they were gonna allow me to cut the line. I guess because I'm handsome. I guess because I had a nice suit on. I had a nice tie. Whatever. But out of some kind of respect, which I really appreciate, whether I deserve it or not, they were letting me cut the line. So I understand that some people get the privilege, they get the respect, the allowance of cutting a line.
Mario Barrios reflected on his first face-off with Manny Pacquiao, describing it as a surreal experience. I've been seeing him face off with people since I was a kid, Barrios said. Though Pacquiao smiled during the stare-down, a gesture some interpret as psychological warfare, Barrios wasn't fazed. He described Pacquiao as easygoing and playful outside the ring but emphasized that once the bell rings, it's a different story. He's very serious in the ring.
Yeah.
You're a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I knew there was gonna be a height difference regardless. I've been dealing with that my whole career. I mean, I started pro at 122, so I mean, I've always had, you know, like the height advantage of most of the guys that I've fought. But I mean, you know, it's still dangerous. You know, he has fought, you know, plenty of people with my height before, and he's been very successful. So I mean, I know, like, it's just, yeah, I just gotta go in there and do what I'm training for.
Mario, you know, I can't recall who said it, but they said once Pacquiao gets you smiling, it's like he's got you or something. And you guys were sharing a lot of smiles. What do you think about that, man?
I don't know, man. I feel like I knew the face-off was just, you know, being in front of him. I've been seeing him face off people since I was a kid. You know, he's a very unserious person, but he's very serious when he steps in the ring.
Hey Mario, how do you feel like you get in there? Let's say you do win. Are they gonna call you?
Yeah, you know, very unserious, but yeah, man. I mean, I know he's gonna bring it whenever we step in there. And but yeah, right now all the media, everything, you know, it's fun. You know, it's all smiles. But both of us, man,
when you first got to the pay-per-view level, there was like an adjustment period. You had to get used to it. And was there any nerves up there? Because this is even another level than the Tank fight and the Thurman fight.
Nah, no nerves. Like how you said, I think those fights, you know, have only, you know, prepared me, you know, for this level. And now, you know, doing like all this media stuff, like, I mean, I've always hated this, right? I still do, but I've definitely, you know, gotten a lot more comfortable with it, or just used to it.
All right, guys, last question, guys. The Tank fight that you learned with the slick, fast southpaw with lightning fast hands. What do you think you can take from your experience with Tank and apply it to Manny?
I think I could take a lot from that fight, actually, man. You know, like the way Tank, you know, the way he closes his distance, you know, the way, you know, like he worked off his speed, you know, similar size. I think Pacquiao might be a couple inches taller.
What do you think? When Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios step into the ring, who has the edge? Drop your predictions in the comments below.